Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably know that I did just get back from a vacation, and today I wanted to share with you what perfumes I brought with me to wear while I was on vacation, how I chose them, which perfume do I wish I would have brought with me to wear, and which perfumes did I purchase while I was there. So kind of an exciting, different video for me. I do have a ton of more videos coming, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and also feel free to head on over and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, where I do share a lot of minimalism, home decor, behind the scenes stuff, scents of the day, outfits of the day, little bits of my personal life, as well as a ton of perfume related content. So my trip was to the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, which I absolutely love. I do have to say my feet are very, very sore. And although I love the luxury shopping and the food and the sights and the shops and everything else, I am very happy to be back home up here in Canada. I'm so grateful for the peace and the quiet. And I'm so grateful that when I got off the plane, I didn't see any high heels or VLTs or hair extensions or cigars. I'm just very happy to be back home where it's peaceful and quiet, and I can have my own nice cup of coffee, which is super cheap and isn't that special, but I just love it so much. You guys know me, I'm a very simple person. I like a simple life, and I've never been happier to be home. So it was a great time, but I'm really happy to be back here. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started in today's video. Okay guys, so welcome back. I know it's been a really, really long time since I've made a video at all. I was so busy before vacation, and obviously then I was on vacation, so I'm back. I have a ton of videos I need to make over the next few weeks, and today we're going to start out with what I wore on vacation and what I purchased on vacation as far as my perfumes. So I'm still sipping on some coffee, and you might be able to hear in my voice that I do have a bit of a cold. I've had a cold since before I left, and yes, I have had numerous tests and they've all come out fine, so it's just a cold. But also my nails are way too long and they've really grown out a lot, and I need to get rid of them today, so that is on my to-do list today. And yeah, still sipping on my coffee. Excited to share with you guys what I purchased. I'll kind of tell you as I'm going my thought process and like why I ended up with the perfumes that I ended up with, but essentially I have to say that I think I could have done better, but I am happy with my purchases. And yeah, I'm really excited to share with you guys what I wore when I was down there, which perfume I wish I would have brought with me to wear, and that kind of thing. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Okay, so the first fragrance I brought with me, you guys, should be no surprise. This is Christian Louboutin LOUBIROUGE, and if you guys watch my channel, you know that this was the perfume that I had planned to bring with me on my very first vacation when I was gonna dress up and go out. This was like a no-brainer. This one was always on the top of my list. So when it came time to choose a perfume to bring with me for evenings and just for wearing to a luxury place in general, this was the one that jumped out at me. Oh, you guys, I love this perfume so much, and this was such a good choice. This is a this is a vanilla, cardamom, and iris perfume. Very vanillic, very rich smelling, very luxurious, very sexy. I really, really like this one. And I pretty much wore all of my little atomizer that I brought with me on vacation. But this was such a good choice. I absolutely loved wearing this perfume when I was on vacation. And I do want to show you, these are the little atomizers that I brought with me. So these are those Travelo atomizers, or Travello, I'm not sure how you say them, but you basically just pump the perfume through the bottom, and it holds about 5 mils. And this was my LOUBIROUGE. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's about 3/4 gone. So I did use most of it on vacation, and I just kind of went to town. I just sprayed tons of it. I absolutely loved it, and this was a really, really good choice. In hindsight, I think in the future I'll probably only bring one perfume with me, because I didn't like how I had to choose every day which perfume I was going to wear, because this would have been just the perfect one for the whole trip. And the second one that I brought, which I still have almost a full container of because I just didn't wear it that much, was my Chanel Chance Eau de Toilette. And the reason I chose this one was because I was looking for something that would have been good for hot weather and that just smelt sophisticated and clean and feminine and a little bit fresh, and that's what this is. So there was a lot of perfumes in my collection I could have chosen, but it just came down to this one. I smelled lots of them, and literally the night before I left, this was the one that I ended up choosing. And honestly, it was not my best decision because I just found that I wasn't enjoying wearing it there all that much. I really much preferred wearing my LOUBIROUGE. This one just made me feel a lot more sophisticated, and I just love the vanilla aspect. I don't know, there was something about it. This is just a very luxurious feminine fragrance, and it made me feel like $1,000,000. So this one, honestly, I loved this perfume before I went on vacation, but you guys, I love this even more now. Like, wearing this on my vacation just reaffirmed to me how much I actually do absolutely love this perfume. And I do want to mention too that when I was on vacation, I was really hoping to go to a Christian Louboutin counter or boutique and smell all of the fragrances, and I simply did not have enough time, and my feet were very sore. So I was literally like an arm's length away from a Saks Fifth Avenue that had them, and I just couldn't go because I was just too tired and my feet hurt so much. So in that sense, I'm a little disappointed with my perfume shopping because there was actually a lot of boutiques I wanted to visit. I wanted to visit Le Labo, Diptyque. I wanted to smell some Xerjoff if I could find some Xerjoff. I did check quite a few off my list. I got to smell all the Jo Malones, the Creeds, all the MFKs, which I'd already smelled before, all the Byredos, Initio, Tiziana Terenzi, Amouage. Like, there was a whole bunch, a little bit more from Rouge. There was quite a few perfumes that I was able to smell, but there was also quite a few that I unfortunately was not able to smell. And this line was one of them. So anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm in love with this perfume. This is still one of my favorite perfumes, and I actually think I like it now even more now that I've had a chance to properly wear it than before I even went. So this is one of my top 10 for life, I think, for me, for sure. Okay guys, and the perfume I wish I would have brought with me is Baccarat Rouge. Now this is gonna sound really cliche, and that is why I actually didn't bring it with me, because so many people wear this, and I just thought, honestly, that would be such a cliche thing for me to do. Going on a vacation to a luxury place, bringing Baccarat Rouge, like, can I be any more predictable? I thought, no, I'm not bringing Baccarat Rouge. That's just, why am I gonna do that? Everybody else is gonna be wearing it. You guys, I wish I would have brought this, because let me tell you, when people say this perfume is a monster and it projects and it leaves a trail and you can smell it on people, 100%. Literally, I smelled this on, I think, 3 or 4 different people while I was away, and I could tell instantly what they were wearing. You could smell it. It filled the whole hallway. When somebody walked by you wearing this perfume, or when you were behind somebody in line who was wearing this perfume, you could tell. It doesn't even smell so much like Baccarat Rouge when someone's wearing it. It has this different vibe to it, this whole aura. Like, when someone's wearing this, they just smell good, and they just smell expensive, and they smell like money. This was my first chance, actually, or my first opportunity to actually smell Baccarat Rouge on another person. You know how you see videos and people talk about Baccarat Rouge and they say, oh, I smell this everywhere I go, I smell this everywhere I go. I hadn't, but that's because I don't live in a place where I think people even know about this perfume. But certainly you go into a place like Los Angeles or Las Vegas or something like that, and yes, you smell this everywhere. People wear this. It turns out a very popular perfume. Like I say, my first-hand experience being able to tell you that yes, you do smell this everywhere. However, those people smell incredible, you guys. Like, when I smelled this on other people, I was immediately a little bit jealous, and I was like,
why didn't I bring Baccarat Rouge? I could smell like that.
It just smells so good. It smells so luxe. It smells so rich. I kind of had like, it gave me a new perspective. When I was on vacation and I smelled this on people, it kind of gave me a new perspective. I thought, you know what, from now on, I'm not waiting for a special occasion to wear this. I'm just gonna wear it, because if that's how good I smell when I wear this, if I smell that luxurious and that sexy and that rich, I'm gonna wear this. This was that perfume that I told you guys I was waiting for a special occasion. I was waiting for the right moment, and I decided life is too short, even if it is a little much for everyday wear. I decided I'm gonna start cracking into my Baccarat Rouge. So yeah, this is the one of the ones I wish I would have brought. Honestly, if I would have brought Baccarat Rouge and LOUBIROUGE, I would have been perfectly set for vacation. It would have been amazing, and I would have smelt incredible. Not that, I mean, Chanel Chance smells really good. And yes, a lot of other people smell like this. Really did give me a whole new perspective on it this weekend. Like, I had heard people talk about it. I had heard people talk about what a sillage monster it was and just how powerful of a perfume it really is. And I got to experience that firsthand for myself. So yeah, so this is Baccarat Rouge from MFK. Again, new perspectives, new experiences, and I value this perfume even more now than before I left for vacation. Okay guys, and now for the first perfume I actually purchased when I was on vacation, and that is Van Cleef & Arpels Santal Blanc. So this perfume, you guys, I actually hadn't even heard of before. I haven't smelt all of the Van Cleef & Arpels fragrances. I'd only smelt ones I had purchased based off of blind buys, which is Orchid et Vanille, which I still have and love. And I also smelt Bois Doré, which I ended up letting go because I thought that one was a little bit too masculine for me. So when I was down there, I actually visited a Van Cleef & Arpels counter, and I was able to smell, I think, six or seven of them. And their perfumes are beautiful, you guys, but this is the one that really stuck out to me. And when I was down there, I was trying to be as unbiased as possible. I was trying not to go for ones that I've heard people talk about. I was trying not to go for ones that are hyped up. I was trying to basically have my own experience with it so that I could really choose one that spoke to me, that I really liked. This one, like I say, I had never heard of. I've never heard anybody talk about it. The bottle is really beautiful. And when she sprayed this one on the paper, I just really liked it, and I compared it to two other ones. It was between this one and the Ombre, I'm not sure what the name of the other one, and also the Bois d'Almond, I believe, the almond one. It was between those three, and this is the one that kind of stuck out to me. So first of all, I have to say I just love the bottle. And as the name would imply, this is a very white smelling perfume. I don't know how to describe it other than it smells bright and white and summery. It has a very clean, fresh smell about it, sort of like Soleil Blanc from Tom Ford. You know how the bottle is white and it just suits the perfume so perfectly? It's kind of the same way with this perfume. So this is actually a fig and sandalwood perfume, which I found really surprising because I have kind of been feeling a little bit tired of fig and sandalwood lately. I think because I have Gris Charnel, which also has fig and sandalwood, and I was kind of feeling a little bit tired of the whole fig sandalwood thing, and I never would have actually picked those out as notes in here. When I smelt this, it just smelled very subtly sweet, almost a little bit coconutty. It smelled very summertime. It smelled very luxurious. It smelled very rich, very sophisticated, very feminine. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance, you guys. So let me tell you what some of the notes are. So in this perfume, you have fig nectar and mandarin orange in the opening, which I think is where that little bit of a sweetness comes from when you first spray it. It does have this kind of a bright, beautiful, creamy sweetness. Creamy is another good way to describe this perfume. In the middle, you have sandalwood and violet, and in the base, you have musk, tonka bean, and benzoin. So you do have a little bit of that sort of like vanillic, tonka bean type of base, that very like sexy feminine. I think obviously anybody could wear this perfume, a man could wear this perfume, but I do think it leans a little bit feminine. And to me, it almost just smells a little bit beachy, a little bit summery. It smells like a bright, clean summer day, a really luxurious, bright, clean summer day, which I really liked because that was perfect for my vacation, because of course I was staying at a really luxurious place and spending a lot of time out in the sun and by the pool, and it perfectly suited the whole mood of my vacation, which is what I really loved. And so I think this perfume will always kind of remind me of being on a luxurious vacation, which is perfect. So let me just take the lid off. I also really like the Van Cleef & Arpels bottles. They do have a weighted cap, and I really love the little charm on the side of the bottle. Oh, it smells so nice, you guys. Oh, it smells so pretty. It smells so pretty. And it does have a Van Cleef & Arpels DNA to it. If you've ever smelt the Bois Doré, which I did have, that one I used to describe as having like a cold, sort of a metallic sense to it. This has the same thing. This smells a little bit cold and a little bit metallic, but also very creamy and a little vanillic and a little sandalwoody. It's not the type of sandalwood that puts you off or is too rich. You know how there's some sandalwood perfumes that can be just too rich and too creamy and kind of put you off a little bit? This isn't one of those perfumes. I think the fig in there also gives it that little bit of a tropical kind of a nature. A lot of people describe this as smelling coconutty, and it does have a bit of a coconutty vibe. Not that I pick that out as a note, but I can understand now that I've read reviews in hindsight, I can see why people say it has a coconutty vibe to it, and it really does. It's a beautiful perfume. I smelt all of the Tom Ford fragrances, and my favorite one from Tom Ford, by the way, was the Rose Prick, which surprised me. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I did really like Rose Prick, but not enough to buy a full bottle that day. I also liked Effing Fabulous. I really, really liked that one. So anyway, side note, but this one was the one that stood out to me the most out of all the perfumes I smelled that day, out of all the Amouage, all the Tom Ford, all the Byredo. I visited an MFK counter. Of course, I've already smelt pretty much every MFK fragrance, so it was nothing new. But this was the one that really just, it's just so beautiful. It smells like a beautiful woman wearing an all white linen outfit on a warm summer day, someplace really luxurious, is what this smells like to me. Really, really like that one. I did wear it for a couple of days while I was on vacation, and I loved it, and it just smells really rich and beautiful. So that is Van Cleef & Arpels Santal Blanc. Okay guys, and my next perfume, I have to tell you, there's a little bit of a story with it, and I'm a little disappointed in myself. Let me just say that right off the hop, I'm a little disappointed. So if you watch my channel, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I've been very interested in Contre Moi from Louis Vuitton because my friend Amanda here on YouTube has been telling me about Contre Moi, and I've seen her talk about it in her videos, and I've been so interested in checking out this Contre Moi. So when I went to the Louis Vuitton store, that was the very first place I went. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a post about this. I smell all the Louis Vuitton fragrances, and the one I was most interested in was the Contre Moi. The issue was, and I really liked it, my issue was that they only had a 200 ml bottle, which I would not have been able to bring on my carry-on luggage, and I did not have any checked luggage. So I didn't want to walk away with a 200 ml bottle. So instead of doing the smart thing and just saying, you know what, I'll just wait for it to come available online, it's sold out right now, I'll just get it online. Instead of that mentality, which would have been smart, I told myself I did not wait in the line at Louis Vuitton for half an hour to not buy a perfume. So I was bent on getting a perfume. I was determined I was going to walk out with a perfume come heck or high water, and even though the Contre Moi was not available, which I wish I would not have done. I wish I would have saved my money and just walked away and ordered it online. So before I tell you what I did purchase, let me tell you my thoughts on Contre Moi and this other one from Louis Vuitton that I really like. So this is my little sample of Contre Moi, and they did give me 2 little samples of this because he knew I really liked it, and he knew I was really disappointed that they didn't have a 100 ml bottle for me. So the notes that you have in here are herbal notes, lemon and bergamot. You have magnolia, orange blossom, pear, and rose. And in the base you have Tahitian vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, cacao, and ambrette or musk mallow. And actually what this smells like to me, it smells like it almost has a little bit of a tobacco in there. It also smells a little bit leathery, which is really interesting because there are no notes of tobacco or leather in this perfume. But when you spray it, you definitely get a little bit of that tobacco-y, leathery kind of sense, which actually threw me off to begin with. I knew it would be a little bit leathery because Amanda told me that it kind of reminded her of the inside of a leather suitcase, like an expensive leather suitcase. So I knew it was going to be a little bit leathery, but it kind of threw me off because I just wasn't expecting it, and I really didn't know what to expect with this perfume. And this is one of those really unique perfumes that I think you do have to take your time with, because if you were to just smell it and judge it at first glance, I don't think you would absolutely love it. You have to wait for how it behaves on your skin, and you have to wait for the sillage and the dry down. Then you understand how beautiful this perfume is. So let me actually spray it on paper for you. You guys, I'm so disappointed that they didn't have a 100 ml bottle of this. I would not say this is a safe blind buy, just so that you know, but there's something about this perfume that I really, really like. And after I walked away from the store with the other bottle that I'll share with you in a moment, and I had this on one arm and I had the other perfume on another arm, this is the one that I kept getting wafts of, and this is the one that I kept enjoying. Literally within like 2 hours, I knew I had made a bad decision, and I knew I just should have waited for this perfume. Not that the one I bought is a bad perfume, but I wish I wouldn't have been so impulsive, but I'm a very impulsive person, and I was so stubborn, and I just decided I needed to buy a perfume, and I really wish I just would have waited for this one. So it smells, it's so hard to describe actually, you guys. It doesn't smell anything like what the notes say. It smells a little bit leathery. It smells like Amanda described, sort of like a suitcase, like a leathery vanilla, kind of a suitcase smell. On your skin, this becomes really warm and feminine and inviting and soft and vanillic. It's not a beast. It doesn't project a ton, but it does last a pretty good amount of time, I noticed. It's just very soft and inviting and a pretty vanilla perfume. It's just a really pretty vanilla perfume. I'm tempted to just buy a bottle of this. I wish I just would have done it a few weeks ago. I had the bottle in my cart. I wanted to wait because I wanted to smell it in person, but I am kind of wishing I just would have bought this at the time, because it is a beautiful perfume, and the more that I smell it, every time I come back to it and smell it, I'm enjoying it so much more. I don't know, there's just something special about it. There is something really special about it. It's a beautiful perfume. And I'm really glad that she encouraged me to go check it out, because I don't know if I would have given it so much time in the store. I might have dismissed it as being too masculine or too strong or something like that. But because I knew she loved it, I definitely took some time, sprayed it on myself, and yeah. So anyway, really like this one. This is the one I wish I could have walked away with, but like I say, they did not have the size of bottle I wanted. And let me share with you the one other one I was considering, and then I'll tell you what I actually purchased. So the other fragrance that I was considering buying a bottle of that day was COEUR BATTANT from Louis Vuitton. So this is a beautiful, a little bit more aquatic, fresh, fruity fragrance. It also has quite a strong nature to it. It reminded me a little bit of Coco Mademoiselle. It reminds me of almost like a more expensive smelling maybe, or more upscale version of Coco Mademoiselle in a sense. So this has notes of pear, cascalone, which I'm not sure what that smells like, ambrette, Egyptian jasmine, narcissus, ylang-ylang, moss, and patchouli. I think it's that moss in there that gives it that sort of expensive, almost chypre style kind of a quality to it. And this is a beautiful perfume. This one smells expensive, it smells bright, it smells fresh, like I say, a little bit aquatic. It's a really beautiful perfume. Let me spray it on paper quickly. Those are really good little atomizers too, by the way. They just spray so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, this smells so nice. You see, like, I don't know what my issue is. When I was in the store, I couldn't decide. I could have easily walked away with a bottle of this, and that would have been a good decision as well. So COEUR BATTANT smells like fresh, a little fruity, lots of jasmine, very pretty, very mossy, a little bit green, a little bit earthy. It's a fresh, beautiful, sophisticated, feminine fragrance. And it smells like a power woman, like a boss woman, you know? And this would be a great signature scent. This would be a great wear to work, wear to the office every day. I wouldn't wear this like for nighttime, evening, sexy, nothing like that. I don't think it's like that. It's more of a daytime, everyday boss woman type of fragrance. And it's just beautiful, and it's very fresh. And you guys, I don't mean to give the wrong impression. The perfume I purchased, I like it and it's gorgeous. I just feel like it was impulsive. So anyway, that's my thoughts on COEUR BATTANT. Now let me show you what I actually walked away with. Okay guys, and the perfume that I actually purchased and walked out with a full bottle of was ATTRAPE-REVES. So if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I already had this perfume before, which is why I sort of feel a little silly having it again. However, I have to say that this time when I was in the store and I sprayed all of the Louis Vuitton perfumes, this perfume just hit me differently this time. When I sprayed it, it smelled a little bit more full-bodied. It smelled a little stronger than I had remembered it. When I first had this bottle about a year, I'm not sure how long it was ago, maybe a year ago, I was really underwhelmed with it. It was a blind purchase. I was expecting it to smell a lot more chocolatey and a lot more rich, and it just kind of underwhelmed me. And I think the reason I ended up getting rid of it is because I was so underwhelmed, and I was just expecting it to be different and more than what it was. And that's the risk that you take with blind buying, is sometimes you have your expectations so high that when you get a perfume, you're disappointed. And that's what happened when I blind purchased this about a year ago. I was just disappointed. So this time going back to the store and smelling it, I actually was so pleasantly surprised. I thought, oh my gosh, that smells so good this time. Like, what was I thinking getting rid of it? It actually smells so good. So the notes that you have in here are lychee, ginger, and bergamot. In the middle you have peony, Turkish rose, and cacao, and in the base you have patchouli. So it really is a very not very complex. It's a rather simple, fruity, kind of a fresh fragrance with a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of cacao to round it out and give it some depth. And then it does have that patchouli. Lasting power, not incredible, but not terrible. I wore this the other day and I could smell it on myself all day long. The only reason I'm a little disappointed in myself is because I feel like I kind of settled for it, because had they had a bottle of CONTRE, I would have bought that instead. So I think I just feel a little disappointed because I bought this one instead of the one I really wanted, mostly because I didn't want to walk out empty-handed, which is not a good reason to buy a expensive perfume. That being said, you guys, this is a beautiful perfume. It's feminine, it's sweet, it's flirty. I'll give you a little close-up of the bottle. I do love the Louis Vuitton bottles. I absolutely love the style of these bottles, which is why I really wanted to walk out with one that day. I did not want to walk out empty-handed. It was literally my second last day of vacation and I was just hell-bent on getting a perfume. I was not going to walk out without a perfume, basically. So the bottle is beautiful. I absolutely love the style of the bottles. It does have a gorgeous weighted magnetized cap. Absolutely love that. Like, it's a pretty strong magnet too. So I really, really love the bottle. That's what the gorgeous bottle looks like without the cap. And as for the scent, so you guys, this is a beautiful perfume. I really should not be so hard on it or on myself. You know what? This is a beautiful perfume. I can't say that I'm not happy with it. I'm happy with it. Like I say, this time going back and smelling it again, it just hit me differently than it did when I first smelt it many, many months ago. I just thought that it smelled fresh, sweet, beautiful. This is one of their best sellers. My boyfriend also really likes this one. He said that it smelled very sexy, very sophisticated, very classy. He said it smelled like a sweet, rich woman. So there you go. It smells like a sweet, rich woman. It is a really beautiful perfume. Like I say, I do think it was a little impulsive. However, I'm not planning to let go of this one. I'm not in a hurry to, I'm not planning to let go of this one. I do like this one a lot, and it does remind me of my trip, which is nice. This is going to be, I think, a really good one for the summertime, spring and summer. I think it'll be a great everyday spring and summer perfume, would be a great signature scent. Very easy to wear, very light, very pretty, very flirtatious, gorgeous perfume. I just think I bought it a little impulsively is all. So yeah, so that is the second perfume that I bought on my trip. So you guys, those are the two perfumes that I bought on my trip. And like I say, I feel like I could have been a little bit more adventurous. I feel like I could have definitely discovered, you know, some really good niche perfumes or gone to a niche store or something like that, which is what I had initially intended to do. But like I say, on my trip, my feet were just so sore and I was so tired, and I just, you know, there's only so much time in the day and I just wasn't as adventurous as I wish I would have been. I did get the VANCLEEF and ARPELS from Neiman Marcus, and of course I bought the Louis Vuitton directly from the Louis Vuitton store, so I didn't go too far out of like your typical perfume retailers, but it was still all in all a great shopping experience, and I did get to experience a lot of new perfumes that I had never smelled before. And overall, I'm pretty happy with my purchases. I'm really happy that I have two beautiful scents to kind of commemorate my trip and tie some scent memories too. I'm still tempted to go out and find a bottle of the Contre Moi because that one is really starting to grow on me. And yeah, so those are my two purchases, and that's it for today. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about the perfumes that I wore on vacation and the perfumes that I purchased on vacation, and I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Looking forward to chit-chatting with you all. It's been a really long time, and please stay tuned for more videos that'll be coming up later this week, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye for now.